What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. There is now a new trio in Milwaukee. Longtime Buck Khris Middleton has been traded to the Washington Wizards in exchange for Kuzma. According to Sham Charania, the Milwaukee Bucks are trading Khris Middleton, AJ Johnson, and a pick swap to the Washington Wizards for Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and a second-round draft compensation, according to ESPN. Now, Khris Middleton, an all-time Milwaukee Bucks great, in recent years has been suffering from injury issues. Of course, he has been integral in the Bucks' resurgence over the past couple of years, and he was pivotal during the Bucks championship run back in 2021. But time has taken a toll on Khris Middleton. Injuries have taken a toll on Khris Middleton. That, with the hefty price tag that comes with him, uh, leads him to be, or led to him being a risky asset for the Milwaukee Bucks. So they chose to go younger and healthier with a Kyle Kuzma. Now, the thing about it is this. Kyle Kuzma's having the worst season. He was having the worst season of his pro career, only averaging about 15 points a night with the Washington Wizards. Not shooting the ball well at all, and he's not a great outside shooter. Only shooting 29, 30% from three-pointer this year. So when you look at it, if you're looking at it from a numbers or, analytic perspective, it seems like this was a bad trade, right? Now, it was kind of a price to pay to give up AJ, who just, if I'm not mistaken, had the best game of his career for the Milwaukee Bucks, right? But I look at it like this. And I'm not a Bucks fan, and you know what I'm saying? Either I root for him, I'm a Bulls fan, but so maybe I'm not qualified to say this, but in my opinion, I kind of want to look at Kyle Kuzma like this. I would give him the benefit of the doubt. He's 29 years old, right? I think he'll be 30 in March. So he's 29, going on 30 years old. You could kind of look at his numbers. I kind of want to make a comparison between him and Andrew Wiggins. Whereas for many years, Wiggins was underperforming on mediocre to bad teams, right? Plus, you can look at it like going to a team like the Milwaukee Bucks, who are generally seen as contenders, although they have been grossly underperforming this year and underperforming under the Doc Rivers system in general, right? But you kind of can look at it like maybe Kyle Kuzma was struggling with the Wizards because they suck. And if you're a player that wants to be on a winning team or in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you're actually playing for something. Not every NBA player is playing for checks. Some guys really want to win. If you're playing on a historically awful team like the Washington Wizards, what's the motivation to go out there and play? Like, it could be the culture. Think about this. Bradley Beal was putting up big numbers on a team that ain't been shit since the 90s, really. Well, I mean, you could argue they had a little period with John Wall, but the Wizards really haven't been anything since they've been the Bullets. Let's be honest, right? He's putting up big numbers on a bad team. And a lot of us always say, look, man, there are players who put up big numbers on bad teams, but when you put them on a good team, you see what they really are. And 9 times out of 10, that does occur. But then there are some guys who appear to be good players on bad teams, but when you put them on great teams, they elevate. So the hope is that this could rejuvenate Kyle Kuzma's career. Plus, he's playing on the guy Giannis Antetokounmpo, because LeBron ain't no damn leader. We know that LeBron's not no damn leader, and the Wizards haven't had a leader as far as a player is concerned probably since goddamn Wes Unseld. Okay, you know what I'm saying, like on that championship level. Maybe Giannis. Hopefully, the hope is that Giannis can nurture a guy like Kyle Kuzma and cultivate him along with Doc Rivers, great coach, no matter how people feel about it. That could be enough to rejuvenate Kyle Kuzma. Also, don't forget that in the pecking order, Kyle Kuzma, I don't know why I used to do that. For some reason, for the first couple of years in Kyle Kuzma's career, I used to call him Trevor a reason. I did it again. God damn it. But don't forget that Kyle Kuzma is the third option here. So we're not expecting him to go out there and average 29, 30 points a night. If he can turn that 15 points a night to 18 points a night, 19 points a night, right? If he can bring those shooting percentages up, which it should since he's playing with more talent now. Since he's playing on a team that has more talent, his efficiency should go up, his production should go up. Plus, he's younger. And you got to think about it, ladies and gentlemen. That has to wear on the Bucks front office every year, you know what I'm saying, lately. Like, come on. It's not that they don't appreciate what Khris Middleton's bringing to the table, but come on, man. Every year, the last few years at least, Khris Middleton starts off the season hurt, right? Has some surgery during the offseason. So he don't start playing until December. Doesn't get into a groove until February, right? Then he gets hurt right before the playoffs. Then he has to have surgery again and then repeat. I mean, that gets kind of ridiculous, especially when you're making the money that he's making. I haven't seen what he made, but last I saw he was making 40-something million a year or close to it. So you get a guy like Kyle Kuzma relatively for cheap. I know he's getting a lot of hate, man, but I think that this deal has potential. Let it, at least give it some time. Give him time to get acclimated. It might be some growing pains, and then come back in, let's say, a month from now, and let's see how it's working. I wish Khris Middleton luck, you know. I know going to the Wizards is not very appealing, but hey, you're on a horrible team, and maybe you can just go there and put up some big numbers and, you know, raise your market value for this off season. And you know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, Khris Middleton will perhaps go on to somewhere else and continue his career. You know, so I wish him the best as well. But, you know, that's how I just look at it, man. I try to look at it positive. I don't see this as a blockbuster signing, like if they had signed KD or something. But, you know, this is a step in the right direction, I think, for the Bucks. They definitely had to get a little younger. Now, some people talk about the defensive end, that Khris Middleton was a better defender. Well, I really couldn't tell that, not lately. So I think what Khris Middleton, what Kyle Kuzma give you is health. And, you know, like I said, he's younger. So you have a little bit more stability as far as in the starting lineup. And like I said, I like this signing, me personally. But it is a big price to pay giving up AJ. But tell me what you guys think.